Randy Stoklos and St. John Smith avenged that earlier loss here today in the tournament. They lost at 15-7. They come back and win now 15-9 in championship match 1, which means we are now just about set for match 2. This will be it, fans. Game to 15. The winner of this wins the USA Pro Beach Championship, and will also win, the winning team, $37,500. The losing team, $24,000.
And again, Lynn, the winner of this match will be the overall money list leader at the end of our 27 events on the Pro Beach Tour.
Come on!
And rest may be a little easier over the next couple of months. St. John Smith getting off to a good start with a jump serve up the middle.
I think in their minds that the winner of this game will think they're the best team for 1988.
Well, it's what you did for me last, and if St. John and Randy win this tournament, they'll have the most wins throughout the course of the year. They have 9 now. Tim Hovland, Mike Dodd in second place with 10 titles to their credit this year.
No one!
Great dig. It's going to go over. Another great dig, but Hovland is into the net. Oh, tough break. The crowd doesn't realize it.
Nice dig by Mike Dodd at the beginning of this play. But St. John Smith putting an end. St. John not usually that strong from the left, going downtown here. Mike Dodd taking his best shot, and look at the quickness of Tim Hovland. Dives after this ball, keeps it in play. Not an easy chance. That ball almost at the top of the tape as it came over. St. John Smith going on 2.
So quickly, Smith Stoklos out 2-zip.
Come on! Oh, line!
We've seen that shot a few times today, Lynn.
I'd say
down the line or over the top of the block.
Mike Dodd back to serve.
Looking at the statistics from the first match, you can see a lot more kills for Smith Stoklos and a lot more aces for Smith Stoklos, and that was just about the difference.
Blocking very even. Hovland Dodd, Tim Hovland hot blocking early, but Randy Stoklos hot and consistent throughout with several stuff blocks. Tight set. St. John Smith getting a little lucky there. That ball set very, very close to the net and just knuckling the ball through the block.
Hovland wants held ball call.
St. John goes up, just pushes. It was held for a split second in there, but not long enough. Exactly, not long enough. And it shows you how precise the ball control has to be. Randy Stoklos set that ball about 4 inches closer to the net than he does normally. Got his hitter, St. John Smith, in trouble. You're talking about a margin of error that's very, very slight.
Great dig by St. John Smith.
Line, no one!
And Mike Dodd hits it down and off the court. Big bounce that time, way deep into the crowd.
Again, Randy Stoklos just getting a micro touch on the first swing, having to go over the net, as opposed to being able to set his partner, St. John Smith, who made the dig.
Again, repeating, it's a 2-day double elimination tournament. They've been going at it all day, but I don't think either one of these teams have had such a tough day that they will be that tired in this game.
All's good. Mike!
Good cut shot by St. John Smith, side out.
Hard cross-court cut shot from the right side. Side out to Stoklos. Score remains 2-0.
St. John Smith taking a lot of time there. Paces off the number of steps like a field goal kicker that he wants to take for the wind-up approach to the jump serve.
Yes!
Not a good set. That ball set well back from the net. And again, Randy Stoklos stuck at the net in the blocking posture, gives Mike Dodd much more court to hit into. Now, right now, Randy Stoklos should retreat and cover court. Instead, Mike Dodd can look around, sees where St. John is. The ball set 5-6 feet off the net. Just hit the ball to the open part of the court.
When it's that far back and you're blocking, you're in no man's land. Not much you can do there.
Good. Open! Oh, Tim!
Nice little directional slap by Randy Stoklos.
I know sometimes, Lynn, people might be thinking, well, why don't they do that? It looks so easy, what you're telling them to do to move on the court. It's so obvious. But that decision-making process has to run through the whole cycle in about 100th of a second. You either have to go or not, and those sorts of decisions could tell the winner of this match.
That's an ace. An ace for Randy Stoklos, and they lead 3-0. So they win the first game 15-9, and now they're starting to dominate.
And I think Stoklos missed this serve. I think he was trying to go up the middle and shanked it a little bit off his right hand, and right there, great shot into the corner. Jeff Jordan calling the ball in.
Come here. Hey! Watch! Over hard! Oh.
Great dig by St. John Smith again. It's good. Another dig.
It's good. You can play the ball below the waist on the beach.
Great defensive play by St. John Smith.
What can you say? Pele Smith speaks for itself.
You got to see this one more time.
St. John's going one way, but his foot stays long enough in there to go the other and keep the ball in play. On the beach, you can play the ball with any part of your body.
1988. St. John, the tour at this time, where's it headed?
You know, we were all over the country. You know, in the early 80s, we went to Florida, and then we went to Chicago. But now, by this time, the late 80s, we were in places that we thought they'd never heard of beach volleyball, but they were seeing us on TV. And when we went to these places, they were all over these tournaments. I mean, it was unbelievable. It was awesome.
The sport was building since 1984, indoors winning a gold medal, and then 88 winning a gold medal. The sport was building each and every year. Now, Hermosa Beach, people would spend the night.
Oh, yeah.
So they could have a good seat.
And this, at the same time, during this period of time, some of the people would actually come early and dig a keg of beer into the sand, under the sand, in the middle of the night. And they'd have a keg there all during the tournament, and they'd have their spigot, and all their buddies around there were drinking. And that caused some problems for us, because they were out of their minds.
Now did they only do that in like Manhattan, Hermosa? Did they do that?
Laguna Beach had that down big time. It was a great spot. And they would take trees down. I mean, this was fun. Laguna Beach was unbelievable. Hermosa, Manhattan.
And that was another thing that about the sport is that really gave the sport something different than all the other sports. That those people that came down to watch us, they were right next to us. It didn't matter really what court we played on. You could rub shoulders with the best in the world.
The funny thing was, this is before we had barriers, so the line is here. These guys have got their toes on the line. You go back to jump serve, you go, hey, excuse me, can I get through here? Hey, don't touch my drink. You can't get through here. No, get the heck out of my way. You know, I mean, then you go chasing the ball in the stands. You're taking out their beach chair, you're taking them out, they're coming up. They're blooded. You're coming back, get the ball.
At one
it's
point,
unbelievable.
At one point, we had to make sure that if you were sitting, you know, within a couple yards of the court, you couldn't have a chair or a cooler or something like that.
You can have a chair.
Well, a chair that was bad too. At some point, the chairs had to move back too. So if you landed on a body, you figured you were okay. But if you landed on a chair or cooler, you're going to get hurt.
Now your toe, you could break your toe on that cooler, and we did that, and that never happened again.
There was one more thing that I'd like to say. Tim was probably one of the first ones to wear a pair of sunglasses. He looked like a Magnum PI back then. I mean, just a stud.
That was
and
good
for
look.
him to wear those pilots the entire time,
without
that was
getting them broken on my face,
really incredible. I mean,
you know what? If you would have broken my face, we would have won the damn tournament.
He was Tom Selleck all over again.
Yeah.
Stick around. You're watching AVP Classics.
You're watching the 1988 Hermosa Beach Open. We now move further ahead in the action.
There's your score. USA Pro Beach Championship. Smith Stoklos in front, game to 15. And Randy Stoklos out of Santa Monica, California, putting the ball into play.
Hitting.
The ball is wide. And what is wrong with Javi Dodd? The team of Tim Hovland. There it is. He's upset. He's mad. Take off that tank top.
It's gone. Tim Hovland again easily going over the top of the block, but not finding the line. Point Smith Stoklos.
Don't want to get too far behind. 5-1.
Come here. Good line. Good. Come in. Line. Randy. My God. Come on. Get him. Go.
Get one more chance to put it away. It hits the rope. The dig by St. John Smith hits the rope. 6-1.
I'll tell you, sometimes it counts.
Change the momentum there.
Sometimes it helps to be lucky, and sometimes it helps to be good. St. John Smith was both good and lucky on this play. Great one-arm dig, great athletic play. Then he got very lucky as this ball hits the line. Here's the pokey right at the beginning of this long rally. Here's the first dig from St. John. He's trying to go back to Randy. Ball goes over. We don't get to see the end of the play. Tremendous dig by Smith. The ball stays in play for a winner.
7-1, and the rout is on. Hovland wants to throw his glasses away. He's really disgusted. For the team who wins this, a great end of the summer. For the team who loses it, something to think about all winter long. One more point, and I think Hovland Dodd need a timeout.
Come here. Watch. Hurry. Good.
Nice set by Mike Dodd. He didn't panic. He got down real low, waited for it to come out of the net, and made a nice little low set.
That's a tough play for the blocker, because if the ball comes out at an awkward angle, then the set is out of the play, and then you can drop off. But the ball is set near the net at all. You're just caught again in no man's land. Where do I cover? The offense that time, Hovland Dodd able to put the ball away.
Right there. Line. Oh, come on!
Oh, Mike Dodd over there. Can't quite get it up. So, St. John Smith, troubled with injuries in the month of August. You can see there's still a big wrap on his right thigh. He had a problem there, a little bit of a problem with his swinging arm, his right shoulder, but never a problem with his defense. He keeps making those digs.
Told me, Lynn, he hadn't been able to practice during the week in over 4 months. Now, just training during the week and then playing on the weekends. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, recovering with a super dig.
A great dig by Mike Dodd. Say goodbye. 8-1.
This might be the home beach of Hovland Dodd, but Smith Stoklos doing well right here. Tremendous athletic move by St. John Smith. You said there was nothing wrong with his defense, and you were absolutely right. Here, Mike Dodd also in good position. Now, here's the mistake. Overset, Randy Stoklos right there. Free ball opportunity. St. John Smith steps in, lights out.
It's amazing when you go to the beach on a weekend. You see so many oversets, but you never see it here. That's a rare occurrence. We're going to be coming back here as finally they do take that much-needed timeout. Hovland and Dodd.
Welcome back to AVP Classics. You're watching the 1988 Hermosa Beach Open. We now move further ahead in the action.
St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos aren't too far away from putting this match away. A little award ceremony and a dip in the ocean.
Great serving. Nice play by Hovland Dodd. Now, it is important now for Smith and Stoklos not to let up. Of course, they've been ahead of people. They know how to bury opponents quickly, and I don't think they will at this point.
That sets a little ways off the net, and a point opportunity for Hovland Dodd.
The block goes out, so it is a point. 13-3. And the crowd says, yeah, way to go, guys. All right, fire up.
They've got a long way to go. And only one other time this year, Lynn, has a team come through from the losers bracket, played in a double final, and been victorious. That was in Rochester, New York, months and months ago. That was July 2nd and 3rd. Smith and Stoklos on the verge of becoming only the second team this summer to come back through double final and take first place.
Be the first time we've seen it on Prime Ticket happen. Two points away from winning this thing for Randy Stoklos and St. John Smith. Block does not go over, side out. So can Hovland Dodd get another point this time?
Should be pointed out to continue that thought about the challenge of the double final. The only other team to win in a double final was Smith Stoklos. They would have both victories of that manner of coming back through this year.
We got a whistle, which means it's on the set by Randy Stoklos. Again, he's incredulous. Says, no way.
These are the kind of plays I don't like. Most of the people in the crowd, and we've got several thousand people here, some sitting as much as 50 to 100 yards from the court, have no idea what was wrong with that play.
Well, in many ways, it's a cheap point.
Here's the pass.
Is this a bad set? Looks about the same as all the others.
Yeah, it looks fine. Very, very hard to differentiate one from another. And again, a little bit of rotation should not be the sole grounds for deciding whether a ball is mishandled or not.
Side out there.
But I'll tell you, Lynn, quite frankly, from where we're sitting looking into this tough low sun now, it's very difficult to see the rotation on the ball in any fashion.
Hermosa Beach, 1988. Gentlemen, the fashion. Hov, we've touched on your aviator-style glasses.
Yeah, what was I thinking? I mean, you know, because you get hit in the face so much when you're up there blocking.
No, we were never aiming for your face, Hov. No,
hey, listen, I promise you, if you would have hit him and exploded, we would have won that tournament.
But
that was the bummer.
How many times in your career did you get
a lot.
And the glasses would go...
A lot. That's why we invented the Hov heater from Oakley, so they could, you know, blow up. They wouldn't blow up. The other ones, they'd cut your face up.
Oh, yeah.
Tim was so worried about how he looked.
Oh, yeah, I really cared.
Oh, but you and Cindy never were. Amazing.
Yeah.
No, we always came out.
Cindy would go to makeup before coming on for the finals. Makeup. Give me a break.
Okay. You know,
nobody cared about it.
And there's the hat.
You just had to bring it.
Yeah,
1988 Hermosa Beach.
It's probably the same hat.
There we go.
He puts it all away.
Now, your hair was a little different, St. John. Longer, by the way, flowing.
It was. You know, I don't know. You know, when you're a kid, you do all different kinds of things.
Different color now, too.
I had more hair. Yeah. You see the gray? You mean I don't look the same as I did back then?
Now,
identical.
That hat is unbelievable.
Identical.
What else was going on in '88? The Dodgers won the World Series. Breakdancing was.
Yeah.
That's when I was learning how to do it.
I had no idea. We was down the beach every day doing our same thing.
We lived
at the beach.
Sport.
Yeah.
We lived, ate, breathed the sport. It was unbelievable. And we weren't only playing and practicing, but we touched on this on one of the other shows, but we would spend a lot of time promoting the sport around that period of time. The sponsors would fly us early to every event, us four, and we would do radio, we would do TV.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, sometimes Monday.
You know what was awesome? At around this time, there would be bars in these places, in the Midwest, in places you can't even imagine, out in the middle of nowhere, with a sand volleyball court. And we would go do promotions at these bars.
I remember, like, Louisville had one.
Louisville's got the greatest one ever. Danny Evans and the boys.
It's still there. I mean,
the brewery, Louisville, Kentucky.
They would throw in one court, and they'd get so much interest in the game, they'd buy the land next door, and they'd put in another one, and they'd have their own tournaments, and I mean, it was unbelievable.
Awesome.
You know what's funny is this year is my 23rd year going back to Louisville, doing that same tournament, the Kentucky Derby that we've done.
Scary.
It is unbelievable. In the brewery, we probably get 4,000 people, 5,000 people, and it's big time. It is just good time.
Do you actually play now when you go back?
No, of course not.
No.
Do you need an MC for that event?
Yeah. Just a good time.
Stick around, more AVP Classics to come.
Welcome back to AVP Classics. You're watching the 1988 Hermosa Beach Open. We now move further ahead in the action.
You can only score when you got the ball, as everybody knows. And Javi Dodd, as long as they keep siding out, they'll put the ball in play. They figure they can run a few. All they want to do is get back to the point where they can put pressure back on Smith and Stoklos. Right now, Smith Stoklos, no pressure. They make a mistake. They've got a big cushion.
Ball goes wide.
Stoklos has not been tossing the ball at all well when he's been jump serving the last 4 or 5 attempts. Let's see what he does this time. See if he can put one in the court hard.
13-5.
He wants the ace, and he misses it by about 6 inches. Randy turns and says something to somebody in the crowd. I think, hey, don't bother me, running right in my toss and delivery. So we have turned it into a side-out contest. The first part of the game went quickly. Smith and Stoklos just piling up the points.
Right there. Pause. Eagle.
Hovland reads the shot, digs it, and then pokes it down. 13-6.
Little change this time. Mike Dodd blocking instead of Tim Hovland, which is their usual lineup. Hovland right around the horn, serves, comes around behind the block, digs, puts the ball away into the cross court.
I like that. They changed the strategy. Let Dodd try a few blocks. Hovland says, let me try to run some of those little pokes down.
Well, Hovland was not having any success blocking against St. John Smith. St. John having a great afternoon spiking.
Hovland's got it. So does Smith, though. He's right there for the cup. The dink. Hovland's got it. Another point. And they change it 13-7. And the crowd comes to life.
Tremendous effort by Tim Hovland. 6'5" and quick as a cat getting on that cut shot.
So the summer is not over yet, fans. 13-7. Smith Stoklos lead it here at Hermosa Beach.
St. John Smith, Tim Hovland, Randy Stoklos. Double final, Hermosa Beach, 1988, the finals. Now, Hov, let's talk about injuries that year. You had dislocated your toe.
Oh, yeah.
Affected you for how long?
I dislocated that toe for like a year and a half. So every time it was Hov dead toe. It's like AstroTurf toe. So I'd be running for a ball and the toe would come all the way under and then it end up at my heel back here. So I had invented this thing that was for your thumb, that used to hold your thumb back. I wrapped around my toe, made it come up here like a surfboard toe, so I wouldn't drag it into my heel.
And you played tournaments like that?
I played it for a year and a half like that.
Did you guys used to heckle him for this?
Oh.
Anybody who's played on the beach knows that when you don't lift your feet and you hit a little mound and your big toe hits and you put all your weight back on it and it buries under, it's incredibly painful. I don't know how.
No, it would go under, but you do it over and over again, so you wouldn't have the brace on. You go, oh, I can just play a game. The thing would come out. I mean, people get, a lot of pros, the football guys who can come back. You think a toe's hurt.
How did you feel on a Monday after a tournament, especially when you played like a double final? I mean, they say football players, you can't walk for a couple days.
Oh,
Monday. How did it feel after?
Well, I think anybody who's ever come down to the beach, walked on the beach, and then woke up the following day knows how it feels. Really, you have trouble moving, trouble rolling out of bed. It is a day that you are resting, you are drinking fluids, and you're really relaxing to, you can't do much.
It's a movie day. You go to the movies, you go out to lunch, you stay inside, you stay in air conditioning. You don't do much.
Nothing at all.
Take a couple of Advil and hang out.
AVP Classics, the 1988 Hermosa Beach Final.
What a way to end the summer. The #1 and 2 seeded teams dueling it out in a double final here as the sun sets in Hermosa Beach, the last tournament, for the right to say that they're the kings of the beach for 1988.
Hovland way over the net. Out of the soft sand, ladies and gentlemen, jumping way up, hiking over the net and stuffing that ball down. Not many players can get that far over the net off a hard service, let alone Tim Hovland doing it on the beach.
6 unanswered points for Javi Dodd. Here are your scoring opportunities in this match. Hovland Dodd haven't had very many.
Not many. Smith Stoklos doing a good job of getting opportunities, but only turning them over at a 36 percentage point rate.
Another great block. Now they switched it. Hovland comes back to the net. He's blocking, and he's turning on the blocks again. 13-9. I don't believe Smith and Stoklos have had a timeout. And they must be wondering, do we take one to try to take away their momentum?
Tim Hovland just taking over this part of the match at the net. 2 quick stuff blocks against St. John Smith, and they go back to Smith. Not a good pass.
What a block by Stoklos. A chance to go to 13-10. Dodd and Hovland look at each other. No, I think Hovland did the right thing in hitting it in 2.
That was just a great anticipation and athletic play by Randy Stoklos. Here's the shot. Now Hovland does the right thing. Look at Randy reading him and getting a little lucky in there. Great stuff block. Hovland knows that was a crucial opportunity to get to double figures. Psychologically, 13-10 is close action.
St. John, just as he's ready to serve, has somebody say something in the crowd.
And let the players play, please. When those guys are going back to serve, try not to say anything. Point them out. Appreciate it.
Can you give us a break here, Offie?
I think St. John's wrong here. He's got to shake this off. He's got to forget about the crowd. He's got to think about winning 2 more points.
You could
If he clearly concentrates on the crowd, he'll forget about his game.
You could clearly hear someone say something to St. John just as he was about to serve the ball.
And the crowd loves it because a man with some authority, or at least some poundage, comes
Who's
over.
the guilty party?
The crowd's starting to really get into this final now.
Well, St. John gets to be judge and jury in this situation. I think the security guard is just going to plant himself back here. I don't think they're going to sentence he or she to 30 days. This is the first ever ejection of a beach volleyball fan. This is a bit much, I think, ladies and gentlemen. I can understand St. John's point that he wants quiet, but this has gone too far.
Well, that's what I said.
So we're in the double final. Smith Stokey crushing you guys. Crushing you guys at one point up 13-2. You guys have made a run. You're getting back into the game. St. John, you get a security guard to remove a fan from the game. Has that ever happened before? An ejection at the Hermosa Beach final?
Well, first of all, I didn't want to happen again what happened earlier in Laguna Beach when Randy had to go into the crowd and actually strangle this guy. You didn't strangle him, did you?
There's a picture of him strangling.
Still wanted?
No.
And he deserved it.
Can I tell this story? Can I tell the Laguna story?
Please, St. John.
There's a guy starting on Saturday. He's drunk as a skunk. He's yelling stuff. He's 7 or 8 feet away from us. We go back to serve. He's swearing. He's doing all kinds of stuff. I tell the tournament director, hey, this guy's a real problem. You got to do something. This went on all Saturday. Sunday comes around. I tell the tournament director, and I go, you know, the guy's back again. He's drunk already. It's early in the morning. He makes it through to the finals. Now he's just so belligerent. It's a joke. So the tournament director says, just play the games. So I beckon back to a few of the guys to come up and sit next to him to keep him quiet. When they saw these guys stand up and starting to come over the guy, he got up and he started to take off. Randy took 2 big steps into the crowd, over the people, and grabbed the guy so he couldn't get away. All his buddies jumped on top of Randy. And Randy could have got hurt. Next thing I know, as I'm going in there, Randy goes like the hook. Rah! All these guys go flying, and the guy took off, and then Karch grabbed him on the other side of the court, and the police actually got him. So, coming back to Hermosa, I didn't want Randy going into the crowd again. No. But there was a guy.
There was a guy.
There was a guy.
Was it one of Hov's friends?
Had to be. In fact, The guy
I think it was his brother.
He was so whiny. He was probably going, go St. John, just to throw him out.
I think it was Carl.
No, I mean, we had some times down in the South Bay where there were some guys that were really rude and really obnoxious. And
I always told him to come down.
Trying to disrupt. To his credit,
I did.
A couple times he did, but if it was working for them, he wouldn't say anything.
Depends on the score.
But it depends on the score.
So
they,
was it that bad? I mean, where you can't say it on the air?
Yeah, no, I couldn't say the things they were saying. There's no way. It's you know, they were swearing. They were waiting till we throw up the ball. They were yelling
you
stuff.
know what? Let's not go beyond. It was a little bit of here and there. Get to the point.
So they
have the guy throwing out because you're afraid of him.
And we were, you know, at that time, you could really do and say anything as a crowd. But when they were being very pointed, and they were saying nasty things, and there's kids around listening too, you know, you can't have that. No, you can't have it. And we made rules. This was a year of rules. We made rules going into the next year where, you know, we had security, and if somebody was being bad and affecting not only the players but the people around them, they'd be taken away.
Good rules.
Let's see how this classic match ends up. We're in the double final, the 1988 Hermosa Beach final.
It's done easily, not a good set. There it is. 14th point, the one they needed.
That's the perfect example of a point scoring opportunity that we've been keeping track of here throughout the match. St. John Smith, perfect dig. Randy Stoklos sets the ball, puts it away. Created opportunity, converted opportunity.
Last point of the summer right here. We'll see.
Come here.
Open hard. Nice tap down by Mike Dodd. Side out.
Now Hovland Dodd really on the precipice. Can allow no more scoring by Smith Stoklos.
Good. Off angle. Off the block. Off the block of Mike Dodd. Side out. Go. Get up. What? Over hard. Oh, St. John Smith trying to dig that one last ball.
Ball's good. Mike.
No! It's out. Point. Hovland Dodd, 14-10.
Smith Stoklos, I've been in this situation lots of times, Lynn, and Smith Stoklos may be starting to hear a few footsteps. 14-10, both teams in double figures.
Hovland Dodd, cool customers, I'll say that.
High, light.
Goes the same shot. This time he keeps it in play. Side out. This, like seemingly all open tournaments or pro tournaments, ending in the twilight. That's it right there. St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos are your champions. It took him a while. Hovland Dodd hung in there. But Randy Stoklos and St. John Smith are the winners.
Well, that's it for the 1988 Hermosa Beach
Thank God.
Championship.
Isn't that nice?
Thank God.
Double final
Excuse
loss.
me. I think, I'm going to say this on air, I think somebody put something in our water. we couldn't come out that bad.
You look sluggish.
I was sluggish. I was asleep.
What happened?
I mean, I don't know. We got drugged. Something
We
went
wore
wrong.
them down. We
These
wore
guys,
them
to their
down.
credit, they played great. I mean, the first game, we were there. And the second game, we didn't show up. I mean, by the time it's 13-2, you know, the engine's about done. If you're at 13-6, 13-8, you know, we've all won, you know, coming back. The key is not to give up that 14th point. But at 13-2, I mean, in the finals against Smith Stoklos,
You're in big trouble.
big trouble.
Are you already,
Titanic's going down.
now, when it ends, are you thinking, 1989, baby, we'll be back?
Oh, no, I was mad the whole winter. I had to go over to Italy the next day and beat up on some Italians.
Because that's going to be our next classic match, you know, the 1989 Hermosa Beach final.
That's a much better
I
final.
can't even know what happened.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. We'll see next week.
I
But
totally
I want to
forgot
know
about that one.
what you did to celebrate. Did you stay right there in the South Bay?
You know, we took the money and the trophy and we would run. We got out of there as fast as we could. Now, we actually went over to the poop deck, enjoyed a little bit of, you know, a couple beers and, you know, sucked in the moment.
Did you guys see each other in the off-season?
I would go to Italy and play over there. So I was gone most of the winter, and then I'd come back right at the start of Santa Cruz, lily white, ready to go.
Ready to go.
Right off the indoor circuit.
No, we
right
didn't
on
see
the
each
outdoor.
other actually at all, unless the sponsors of the tour brought us all together. God, I mean, it's a world away. It's not really. It's just it's a
10 miles of
handful
coastline.
miles away. but South Bay versus North Bay, we never saw them unless we were playing or promoting. Never.
It was a job.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm ready for the rematch, the 1989 Hermosa Beach final. That will be our next AVP Classic. That'll do it for the 1988 Hermosa Beach title. St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos take down the Hovland.
Yeah!